Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with your May 2016 monthly advice readings, and this reading is for Scorpio. So thank you for being here with me. Thank you for being patient. I apologize for these being a little late. Please remember that these are general readings, and so they're not going to apply to everybody watching. We're not in the same way. Keep an open mind and an open heart, and take the messages that resonate with you, that ring any bells for you, that give you a reaction or feel familiar to your situation. Please also watch your moon and rising signs, because there may be additional messages for you there. And of course, if you'd like a private reading specific to you and your situation, you can go to my website at www.advicetothinktwice.com, the services page, and you'll find all the information you need there on how to book a reading with me. Okay, so Scorpio, the general energy for you this month, we have the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is a card that talks about being at a crossroads. The Two of Swords often talks about a conflict between your mind and your heart. Your heart is telling you one thing, but your mind is telling you a different thing. It is often a card that talks about, that time in your life when you're having to convince yourself that something is good for you just to stay in that situation, because your heart is actually telling you that it's time to move on, it's time to change things. So with the Two of Swords, I feel like this month you're afraid to be making decisions. You're afraid to make decisions because you're afraid of making the wrong decision. With the Two of Swords, it's telling you you cannot make the wrong decision. If you listen to your heart at this time and make the decision that feels right for you at this time, it's going to be the right decision for you. And if by any chance it's not going to work out for you, this is a 2. So you're very early on, in the process that you're starting. So you're not losing anything. So you're not losing a lot if you turn around and try the other option, okay? The message for you this month is focus on balance. Focus on keeping yourself balanced, on keeping yourself in harmony. Focus on your inner peace, resolving any inner conflicts that you have, and really not being afraid to take the next step that you're guided to take, okay? Don't be afraid this month, because you're heading into beautiful energy. But the more you procrastinate and are afraid to make a decision, afraid to take action, the more you delay beautiful energy coming your way, okay? So whatever it is that you're dealing with this month, take a step back, detach yourself from the situation, and truly listen to your intuition as to what you should do, or ask for guidance from your angels or your spirit guides as to what it is that you should do. Once you hear that message, once you have your answer, go ahead and do it. Don't procrastinate this month. Don't put things off this month. Don't delay anything this month, because you're meant to move forward, and you're the only thing that is standing in your own way, okay, this month. So just take the blindfold off. Just look at things for what they are. Again, you cannot go wrong, so don't be afraid. When it comes to your career and finances, we have the Seven of Coins. So for some of you, you feel like it's time to move on. You feel like it's time to change your job. You are just not quite sure, or you are putting things off. You're trying to be patient so that you don't rush into anything. If you're trying to hold on to what you have while trying to do something else because you're afraid of letting go of either of those options, you're going to lose them both. So the Seven of Coins is asking you, what are you doing? What are you investing in? Really look at it. Really analyze your situation. Are you happy with the way things are going? Are you not happy? What do you want to change? Do you just want to walk away and start afresh somewhere else? It's a month for you to assess your situation in terms of your job and your career, because you are being pushed towards making a change, okay? Because you've been asking to be successful, you've been asking to be prosperous, you've been asking to be fulfilled when it comes to your job and when it comes to your career, and that is the energy that is coming in for you at this time. You're feeling it in the form of you're being pushed to look elsewhere, or you're being pushed to look at what you can change. But it's important that you go with that energy all the way, okay? It's important that you follow your heart and you follow the guidance that you receive. Again, you cannot go wrong. So don't be afraid of that. You have a lot to offer. For others, the Seven of Coins is talking about being patient, okay? So there's things happening in your career, there's things happening in your work life or your financial situation where you have to be patient. You have put in the work, you've done the work, you've done what you were supposed to, and now it's time to take a step back and allow for things to come together and allow for things to manifest in their own time. Now with the Two of Swords, you may feel powerless and you may feel scared because you don't know what's going on. You're not seeing anything. But with the Seven of Coins, it's telling you don't try to force anything, don't try to push anything. You've done your part. It's time to take a step back, allow for things to come together because they will, and just wait to see the harvest of your hard work, okay? When it comes to home and family, we have the Hanged Man. So when it comes to home and family, I feel like for some of you, again, you feel like it's time to make a change and you feel stuck, okay? With the Hanged Man, you feel stuck. You feel stuck in a place that you don't want to be in, but you don't know if you should go or if you should stay. You know that you're not happy there, but you still don't know how to approach that. With the Hanging Man and the Two of Swords, you may be looking at changing your house, changing, the place you live, moving out of the place you live, looking for a new place. And again, it's like there's a disconnect. You're afraid of making this big step. But again, there's nothing to be afraid of. You just need to get yourself back in the game, okay? You need to do things. You need to meet with people. You need to do your research. This is not the time for you to remove yourself from the situation and just wait to see what happens, okay? This is not the time for that. Again, remember, as long as you focus on being balanced and happy, you cannot go wrong in whichever decision you're making. So if you have to choose between two places or choose between two locations, choose between two homes, two apartments, you have to make that decision, because the more you delay that decision, the more chances are you're going to lose both properties because you're not seizing the moment, okay? So whatever's going on in terms of your home and family situation, there may be some delays, but again, make sure you're not the one causing those delays. What else? The Hanging Man also talks about taking a new approach to things. So whatever it is that you're dealing with in terms of your family, your siblings, your close friends, your property, whatever it is that you're dealing with, take a different approach. Look at things from a different perspective. Talk to someone else. Allow them to give you a different perspective, because with the Two of Swords, you have to make a decision, but you can't see things clearly, okay? And again, this is most likely the fear of being wrong. So talk to people, open up to people. This is not the time, like I say, this is not the time to step back and allow for things to be what they will. You have to make a decision, but don't be afraid to make that decision, because you cannot go wrong as long as you pursue your happiness and you listen to your heart, okay? When it comes to love life and emotional relationships, we do have the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords with the Two of Swords, it is talking about you being in your head too much when it comes to your love life. For those of you who are single, I feel like you're taking yourself out of the game. You feel sad because you're alone. You want to have someone, but you're not. You stop at that. You don't really go out and do something about it, okay? So if this is the case, then it's time for you to take off the blindfold. It's time for you to just go out and do something. Go out and approach that person that you like. Go out and start having that conversation with that person that you're interested in. Tell that person how you feel. Ask them out. Start to get to know them. Let your guard down, okay? Become vulnerable. Because again, with the Two of Swords, it's just beginning, so you don't have a lot to lose. If things don't go well, you learn something from that situation, and then you move on, because you're going to be a lot clearer on what it is that you need, what it is that you want in a partner. But again, don't take yourself out of the game this month. This is the month for you to go out and mingle. This is the month for you to be who you are. Get out of your head, because it's not putting you in a good place, okay? You're not seeing things clearly, and I feel like you're not giving yourself enough credit. You're underestimating yourself. You're selling yourself short. You're willing to settle when it comes to your love life, and you shouldn't do so, because there's definitely someone out there for you. And especially if you like someone, if you're interested in someone, and the only thing is holding you back is fear, then you really need to overcome that this month. What's the worst that can happen? They can say no, and that's about it. Okay? So really, really take charge of that situation and get yourself in that situation where you have to talk to that person, you start that conversation, you ask them out, and so on and so forth. For those of you, for others of you, I feel like you're recently single. You may have left a situation, you may have left a relationship, potentially with an air sign, a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, because I feel like this person was either not giving you commitment, or this person was either playing with your feelings, or here today and gone tomorrow. They were putting things off, they were procrastinating, they were causing delays in this relationship. You weren't on the same page, and so as difficult as it was, you left this relationship. Or it could also be that you were in this relationship, you got, as far as you could with that relationship, but either you have changed in the meantime, or your partner has changed in the meantime, and you're just not on the same page anymore. You have grown apart. There was a separation, and so it was time for you to move on and leave that relationship. With the Two of Swords, you may be either questioning your decision, in which case, if you felt that was the best thing for you to do, let it go. Allow for healing to come in. For others, you may be too guarded at this time. Things may be too recent. Your wounds may still be open. And so even though there may be people around you, you're not interested in that because you're still hurting and you're afraid of letting anyone else in. If that is the case, please take this time to work on yourself, do things that make you happy, smile again, laugh again, so that you help your heart heal. And then you can allow for someone else to come in and start things slowly, build a friendship before you actually commit to anything, okay? Because it's important that you take the time to heal. It's important that you don't rush into anything. And for others of you, there may be a separation this week, but it could be to do with work. For example, your partner may have to travel, you may have to travel, there may be a separation, there may be a long distance relationship situation happening. And so with the Two of Swords, you feel like you want to change that, but you're not sure how. Whatever the case may be, don't run scenarios in your head. Be open with your partner. Speak to your partner. Communicate. Because oftentimes you will find that they were thinking the same thing as you, and that you are on the same page, that you are seeing things the same way. So don't be afraid to open up to your partner. Don't be afraid to trust your partner with your heart this week, okay? Well, month, sorry. And when it comes to your health and well-being, we have the Star card. So with the Star card and the Two of Swords, when it comes to your health and well-being, I feel like you haven't been focused on your health lately. You've been putting something off. You've been putting a test off. You've been putting a checkup off because you're afraid of what the doctor may tell you. Now, if this is the case, you have the Star card, and then the Star card talks about healing and harmony, and so it's a very positive omen. So there's nothing to be afraid of. You either seriously have nothing to be afraid of, or if there is something wrong, it's not significant, it's not major. You can treat it very easily and heal that very quickly. Okay, so whatever the case may be, don't be afraid to see your doctor. Don't be afraid to look at that situation, whatever it is that's been bothering you. Really look into it, because again, it's either you have nothing to worry about, or it's something minor that can be treated very, very quickly, and you're done, it's over, you're perfectly healthy. Okay, when it comes to guidance for you, we have Summer, and this is a card that tells you that everything that you're asking for becomes yours in the summertime. So this is telling you that you're almost there. Okay, you're almost to the point where things are blossoming for you, and it ties in with the energy of the Seven of Coins. where you just need to be a little patient. So I feel like by the time we get to June, you're going to get things back on track. Everything's going to be working well. Everything's going to be in harmony. You're going to have peace. You're going to have success. You're going to have prosperity. Everything that you've been asking for is coming your way, either this month or late this month or in the beginning of June, okay? But again, the key here is for you to not run away from anything this month, okay? Take the blindfold off, look at the situation for what it is, and make the decisions that you need to be making this month. You cannot go wrong, okay? If you make a decision and then it doesn't feel right, you can always just go back and try the other option, and it's fine, okay? So don't put things off, don't procrastinate, don't be afraid to look at things and ask yourself the difficult questions and make the difficult decisions this month, okay? So that is what I have for you, Scorpio, this month. Let me know if you enjoyed the reading. Let me know if it helps you. More importantly, if it helps you, how you feel about it, how it applies to your situation. It's not a bad month. It's not a negative reading. Definitely not. It's basically telling you to open your eyes and take charge of situations and be open to receiving what is coming your way, okay? Because whatever you're dealing with, you're making it worse by procrastinating, putting things off, delaying things. You're not helping yourself, basically, okay? So the thing to do this month is just stay practical, stay grounded, and whatever it is that happens, look at it for what it is, make the decisions that feel right for you, and that's the best that you can do at this time, okay? But you do have beautiful blessings coming your way. You just need to be open to receiving them, okay? So I hope you have a beautiful month. Thank you for all your support, for subscribing, for sharing, for liking, for viewing my videos, for just being interested in my work. Good luck this month. Be strong, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.